everybody, one of Wiisdom here. It is 12:45 late Monday night, early Tuesday morning, whatever you want to call it. First off, many thanks to everybody asking if I'm okay in the storm Hurricane Harvey, of course. The answer is yes. I'm pretty good trek away from the coast, so all is good here. Things are pretty bad in the Houston area, though, so hopefully everything goes good down there. That said, what we're going to crank out now is the base upgrades for Dark Kingpin. Way back around, I think, the start of December, we live streamed, did some Skylanders live research, if you will, for Golden Queen and Kingpin in their standard forms. A lot of people have trouble finding those videos. I promise they're there in the playlist. You can also view them, I guess, in the Twitch archives if you're so inclined. But basically, we want to, again, since they're special characters, Alt Decos, Dark Skylanders, we want to showcase them again, get them fresh on your mind. And then the beautiful thing, once again, when you have a Dark Edition Skylander, is you've got two of them, and that means you can showcase both paths. You can have both paths active. If this is a situation where you come in and you absolutely loved Heavy Hitter, wait, that's not even his path names. We don't know his path names. That's actually from, what's the Chop Chop? Yeah. So it was Heavy Hitter and Crazy Cutter. I was about to say, Heavy Hitter could tie in nicely with the Kingpin. But what we're going to do is we'll do his base upgrade sort of as a refresher, and then we can sort of pick which path we want which character to take, and assuming one doesn't suck and one isn't amazingly awesome, we won't have to reset him, and we'll just have both paths playable, just assigned respectively to Standard Kingpin and Dark Kingpin. So, box stock here, you've got Penguin combo, X to slash, 4 X's for a slash combo. What that's going to crank out is, let me get back to my spreadsheet here. It'll be 35 to 53, 35 to 53. Then there's sort of like an uppercut, 58 to 87. And then there's this frosty ground pound, 117 to 176. Very, very cool thing about Kingpin, he actually has a dedicated jump attack. So you jump up in the air and you press your primary attack in this case. He sort of does what looks like a head smash, if you analyze it carefully. 58 to 87 is the damage there. Frost Breath, the secondary attack. You're going to press B to create an ice path in front of Kingpin. Enemies that walk over the ice path are damaged and frozen. So essentially, best case scenario, you're going to do 12 to 18 4 times. In the spreadsheet I have, it can reach farther. I'm not quite sure what I meant by that. I'm sure it would make sense if I went back and watched the other video. And then when in ice, when you are standing in ice, you deal 22 to 33 with a 35 to 53. So it's kind of, I assume, just your punch does 35 to 53, and then while you're punching, you're shattering the ice, and I assume that's where the 22 to 33 comes from. And we will showcase all of those right now. So here we are. I have to say, he is quite possibly the most hilarious walking at full speed, just because he's a penguin and he still kind of has that waddle about him. It's not as funny inside the academy, but here when you sort of got like the speed bump, we're just running around the map. Pretty cool. So primary attack looks like this. You can see that last two, that was sort of the uppercut and then the ground pound, if you will. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. So 2 hits at 35, sort of a right, left, the uppercut, 58 to 87, finishes it off 117, 176. Now, if I jump in the air and press B, nothing happens. But if we jump in the air and press X, our primary attack button, we do the headstand there. His back is sort of to us. I don't know. I think he's facing us there. You can't really tell. It's slow motion. But it's nice that he has a dedicated jump attack. And as you can see, it's got decent range on it. And it's 58 to 87. So pretty significant numbers coming from a jump attack. Secondary attack looks like this. That's pretty much the max range on it. So if I stand here, you could see the 4 numbers, sort of the diamond formation. That's the 12 to 18. Keep in mind, if this was a live enemy, not just a dummy, it would get frozen. I still wish they would go back to that where the effects, whether it's damage over time or freezing, obviously it's not going to stop their movement because they're stationary, but you could just showcase the color change if they're frozen, if they're on fire, if they're stunned. That would be something I would love to see sort of brought back and enhanced in a future installment. So that was a 12 to 18 the 4 times. And then if I stand in the ice, we'll still do this 35 to 53 when I punch. But again, I think with that shattering, you see that 22. In fact, we had 2 instances of it, a lot of instances of it. So it's kind of beneficial to use that to sort of freeze the enemies and then just whale away at them. So case in point, assume these were, live enemies and they were coming at us, maybe projectiles. I can freeze them, I can come in and do that. Then we can come in here and just wombo combo. So, believe it or not, that is all of his box stock abilities, and they are quite solid, I must say.
What this does not measure is the size of my heart. I'm pretty sure it's large, though.
And that's pretty much what you would expect from a starter pack character. So we will come in here. First purchased upgrade for 500 is the tertiary attack. It is the penguin drill. Press Y to dash towards enemies. As you should know, I am a huge fan of dash attacks, regardless of how ineffective they may be. And this one, it's not really speed based. I guess it is over standard, but point blank range, if we could face the enemy and hit the enemy, it looks like you can rattle off maybe 2 hits the majority of the time, maybe a straight 3 or more, but it's going to be 9 to 14 is literally all that does, which that's kind of a buzzkill. It seems like it would do more. And then with that, again, the 22 to 33, I think is from the ice shattering. So we will focus on the standard damage, which will be 9 to 14, which I remember I have to type out like I did above, because if I put 9-14 as I usually do, XL thinks it's September 14th, and it's August 29th, so that's no bueno. That said, up next, we're going to continue working off the tertiary. What am I doing with my life? With Giga Drill. 700 is the price. This, luckily, increases the damage of the penguin drill. So, how much, you ask? Well, we know the answer to that if you watch the previous videos. It does look visually more impressive, but if we could actually launch at the enemy, thank you. 13. You literally went to this, which looks like it would do way more than 13 to 20. But that's what it does, is 13 to 20. So 9 to 14 from Penguin Drill becomes 13 to 20 with Giga Drill. Now, granted, you can usually rip off 2 hits, so that's going to be 26 to 40. But it still just looks like it should do more. I think that's my biggest problem. The other thing, you can't... That's the distance, man. I mean, that's the end of it, and then he sort of stops and slides. I don't think that does damage. No. It would be cool if that would freeze enemies. Maybe it will with a real enemy, but down here, nothing.
What this does not measure is the size of my heart.
Alright, we've heard that one. So Ice Charge Level 1 Ice Arena. This sounds like it's going to be complicated. From what I remember, it's not that bad. So hold B. That's our secondary attack. The Frost Breath, I believe. Hold B to expend an Ice Charge and summon a Ring of Ice. I think they add a meter, if I remember correctly. Kingpin has increased armor, which is fantastic, although I much rather would have just had this be Kingpin has increased armor of plus 40, and we're done with the upgrade. But hey, that's not the way they do the game anymore, so he has increased armor and damage while inside the ice arena. So we take less damage and we deal more damage. Good on 2 fronts on the bright side. Ice charges, which we expend to get level 1 ice arena, are gained by destroying ice paths. So let's go ahead and pick this up for 900. Back out of here. And, oh, there isn't one. I thought there was a meter. Anyway, so I'm going to press... If I just hold B right now, nothing happens, right? Because we haven't destroyed this thing. So now, if I just hit it once... Okay, see how he's got sort of the flashing up there now? I'm going to go ahead and we will hold B. And now we do this. Note that the arena itself is going to do 14. Let me see what I had here. Up top on the previous entry. 14 to 21 9 times. I saw an 18 in there that was critical. I'm not sure what that was about. The primary attack will do 4263, 4263, 69 to 104, and then finish off with the ground pound at 140 to 210. The jump attack inside the circle of ice will do 69 to 104. Secondary attack, I didn't log last time, so let's actually try to do that. We will whale away here. We've got this set up. I'm going to hold B. So if I whale away at this, there's my 42, 42, 69, 140. Didn't get that done in time, sadly. So we'll hold B. And now basically if I jump and primary attack, you can see we're doing the 69, 104 there. Instead of 58, which we did at the end, we'll do this. We can penguin drill through it too and get the same thing, which is kind of the more aesthetically pleasing way to go. So we're in the circle, and let's see if the frost breath, it's gonna do 14 still. So that is the answer. Done. Wait. So it does do increased damage. Okay, that's good. Let's do this again. Alright, so there we are. That's doing 14 to 21. That's really doing... It had to have been doing increased damage, right? I think so. Alright. Yeah, my frost breath, because that was perfect placement, so I'm going to add that to this spreadsheet entry here. So ice charge level 1 will be 14 to 21 9 times if we count that out. Primary will equal 42 to 63 once, 42 to 63 twice, then we're, what was it, 69 to 104. Here's the kicker, our finale there, where we pound the ground, 140 to 210. So if you get a crit on that, it's pretty insane. The jump attack is going to be 69 to 104. That's a nice increase of 11. Frost breath will be 14 to 21, which, yeah, you know, we went from 12 to 18 to 14 to 21 is not much, but I guess, you know, we'll take it. What I want to do now, apparently I never tested the tertiary attack either, so we'll do this. We'll break it with our tertiary. We'll come in here and we will slam down. And now I want to step back. 15, that's what we need to expect, I guess. So that drill attack is a little difficult to control, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, it's gonna do 15 to 23. So frost breath 14 to 21, giga drill 15 to 23. So it went from 1320 to 1523. Nothing groundbreaking, but again, you know, every little bit does help. So, sadly, when he's charged up through his little man bun thing there, forgot the real name for that. Oh well. But when he's charged up, sadly, it doesn't show up here on the idle screen. Nonetheless, we have our final base upgrade, believe it or not, which is Frostier Breath. Frost Breath range has been increased. We're going to buy that for 1,200. And you know what? Before we do that, I want these names. So, up top we have Penguin Combos, which isn't that the name of the first upgrade according to my spreadsheet. And then we've got Ice Mastery down below. So Ice Mastery is going to improve the ice charge based abilities, and Penguin Combos will improve your slashing techniques. So we'll be thinking about which one we want to take and for what reasons, and that is Penguin Combos. So the top path is called Penguin Combos, and you literally start with Penguin Combos. That's simple enough, right? That said, Frostier Breath is what we just bought. It's what we want to showcase. Range increased. According to my spreadsheet last time, I would estimate the distance roughly doubles, and it's the same damage, sadly. So maybe not quite doubled, but I mean pretty close. Hey, when did we move that guy? That's interesting. I usually knock them off the ledge, not send them that way, but this is actually kind of a big deal with the range increase. I'm pretty happy with it. Let's see, can we still penguin drill through the whole thing or not? Yeah, you just barely make it. So let's see now.
Cold cut.
Same thing there. Let's do it again. And I'm gonna try to shoot down here. Shoot down here. Still doing the 14 to 21. So yeah, this is Dark Kingpin. These are his base upgrades. We'll run in here just to quickly showcase freezing of the enemies, which is it's kind of a big deal. I mean, it's one of his selling points as a water element character, as a starter pack character, as the leader, if you will, of the sensei. It's something worth documenting and showcasing, I do believe. So that said, we're making pretty good time here, which is fantastic, because I'm tired and need to sleep. I was up very late last night. Good news is I completed the room, if anyone cares. Pretty cool game. If you haven't checked that out, make sure to do so. It's a very cool, no pun intended, change of pace game here. So, primary attack will wail away here. You get the idea. It's a one-hit wonder right there. Secondary attack, that's the frozen effect. And as you can see, he freezes multiple times. Giga Drill looks like that. I'll showcase it again. That terminated him prematurely. So let's do this and then drill through it. And then I want to do this. And look, he's gone. That's how cool that is. So, speaking of cool, let's go ahead and showcase our Sky Chi, shall we?
Only as strong as its weakest.
Coming over here, it's called Ice to Meet You and You. The ultimate sensei attack, hold the right trigger to perform your Sky Chi power. Use left stick to steer into enemies. So, we'll back out of here. We will unleash all 4 of the available dummies. I don't have this documented last time, actually, so I guess I've never done it, or I just forgot to document it. There we go. So it looks like it's going to be 37, and knew I didn't see the damage at the end, but I think it was 200 something. So, yeah. I'll probably pick that up in editing, but this is Dark Kingpin. Those are his base upgrades. Again, if you're curious about seeing the base upgrades for Standard Kingpin, I promise we did them. It was back early December. It was a live stream session from Twitch, which I, of course, exported over to YouTube. So, that is that, though. I'm going to end this. Let's actually spend a little time together.
That measure is the size of my heart.
And
I'm pretty sure
let's
it's
see.
large, though.
Ice Blade, Emperor Penguin. Equip Ice Blades. Oh, that's gonna change his looks, isn't it? Uh-huh. It's gonna be tough to know. Frozen combo, spin combo. Aesthetic change with Icy Blades. And Emperor Penguin mode. Down here you got Ice Trail. Oh, that's gonna be a real nice addition there. Level 2 Blizzard. That should be amazing. And level 3, Iceberg. Man. I'm tempted. I was thinking take Dark Kingpin down this path. Is what I was thinking initially. With that, right there, I'm trying to think. You know, really the gold on Standard Kingpin. Which, why is that not in gold? Speaking of that. Okay, riddle me this. Alright, so I'm looking at Dark Kingpin, obviously, on the portal. Black and silver, what you would expect. Standard Kingpin, he's sitting here in the floor. I'm going to grab him, in fact. Okay, so he's black and white, like you would expect. And then his blades are like a, sort of a darker gray, actually, than Standard, or Dark Kingpin, ironically. But he's got a gold chest plate, if you will. It's like gold on the front side with the water element logo, the same color as the Sensei belt. On the back, it's shoulder pads in the back, sort of like a neck piece Kingpin type. Well, that's a bad rap. I was thinking Kingpin from Spider-Man. But yeah, it's like a collar and shoulder pads in gold, like he's at a Kiss concert or something, right? You see the gold on the belt here. That's a really faded gold. Here, you don't even see the gold except on the helmet. There, you just see like a little bit, almost eyebrow effect. They've got it like blacked out everywhere. There, you could almost argue you could see a little bit of it, but then if you take the gold there, sort of around the shoulders, and compare it to this picture, that's straight up like black and blue color scheme, right? Oh, geez. Same thing there. You can see a little of it. I don't know. I'll be thinking about that off camera. And we'll see what we come up with. But I typically like to do it based on aesthetics or, if there's other variables that come into play. Sadly, if you did not know from my introductions of these two characters, health, attack, armor, speed, luck, they are the exact same numbers across the board, which is pretty disappointing, I have to say, for the Dark Skylanders. Legendaries, currently the only Skylanders in Imaginators that have the boost, comparatively, so sort of a sad day. But, I'll be thinking about this, and we'll be back when we figured it out. We'll check out both paths. We'll see which one we like better. We'll find out which one you like better. And in the meantime, if you enjoy this sort of a thing, I invite you to join the Skylander Club forum, skylanderclub.com. Got a ton of polls up anyone can vote on. You do not have to be a member, don't have to be signed up. If you want to sign up so you can add your comments and like, hey, this is why I think Kingpin looks better than Dark Kingpin, feel free to do so. Similarly, you can just leave comments on my videos to support your vote, if you will. So again, SkylanderClub.com. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. I tweet all my videos. I tweet when I'm going to live stream, regardless of whether I'm streaming on YouTube, Twitch, or Mixer. I suggest you follow me on those. If you haven't subscribed, please be sure to do so. I'm a small channel. I'm a grassroots channel. I am not in a third-party partnership. That being Machinima, Full Screen, all those people. And subsequently, I get cross-promoted over all the time. Anytime you do anything successful, somebody pays money through the partnership to feature someone else's content in their network over my videos, and it sucks. And it didn't used to be like that. It is now. I don't feel like selling my soul out and becoming part of the problem. So I just sit here and stay on page 13 of the Skylanders Imaginators search results and have people find my channel for the first time that have been playing Skylanders since SSA and Giants, which is pretty ridiculous. So if you really want to help me out, I know a lot of people ask you for, hey, donate on Patreon, or hey, give me your money during this stream. If you really want to help me out, all you have to do is tell people about my channel. It costs you nothing but a little bit of time, and it sincerely means a lot more than people piping in, $5 or $10. Although that would be more money than I make on YouTube anyway. But anyway, I'm here for fun. I hope you're enjoying it. If so, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts on Kingpin and his base upgrades here, how you feel about them. And with that said, I'll quit rambling, we'll come back, and we will explore both paths, so stay tuned, and I will catch you back here for the next installment of Skylanders Research. Adios.